Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Vinny's Take. Now I'm going to talk about the Super Bowl. But before I do, I would be remiss if I did not say something about the tragedy that happened today in the sports world. Now, I'm a basketball fan. I don't wear it on my sleeve like I do football. I love the Chicago Bulls and I follow the Spurs. When it comes to college, Duke, plus my regular schools, Notre Dame and Georgia. But I do love basketball. I was never able to play it real well. Made some amazing shit shots in my day, but today the sports world lost a great basketball player. Now, Kobe Bryant was 41 years old, a year older than I am, and in a tragic helicopter crash in California, he, his daughter, and I believe up to 7 other people perished. And it's such a sad, sad tragedy that words cannot even begin to describe what happened. So, let's take a moment of silence to think about and remember not only Kobe Bryant, but his daughter and the 7 other souls aboard the helicopter. Okay, we talk football mostly here, especially this time of year leading into the Super Bowl, and we are 1 week away from Super Bowl 54 between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. We are 6 days away from me giving you my official prediction. But before that, let's look back. In 1991, both teams were playoff caliber teams, and the game was scheduled to be an end of the season collision between between a team who went to 3 straight NFC championships and the 49ers. And the Kansas City Chiefs were looking to bust into the playoff. They were there in 1990 and looking to get back in 91. Saturday, December 14th, 1991, from Candlestick Park, 4 p.m. Eastern kickoff on NBC, as the Kansas City Chiefs take on the 49ers. Now, the 49ers have had injury problems at quarterback. Joe Montana, of course, didn't play a single snap all season. Steve Young also injured in 91. And the 49ers enter come into the game at 8-6. They know if they lose to the Chiefs, they're out. They're eliminated. The Chiefs are 9-5. They have a much better chance of making the playoffs. Let's go to the scoring summary. In the first quarter, Jerry Rice catches a 1-yard pass from Steve Bono. Mike Cofer hits the extra point, and the 49ers lead 7-0. Then, in the second quarter, John Taylor catches a 9-yard pass from Steve Bono. Mike Cofer hits the extra point, and the 49ers are up 14-0, fighting for their playoff lives. In the third quarter, Jerry Rice catches a 20-yard pass from Steve Bono. Mike Cofer hits the extra point, and it's 21-0 49ers. Then Barry Word runs the ball in from 11 yards out. Nick Lowry hits the extra point, and the 49ers lead 21-7. After 3. In the fourth quarter, Dexter Carter runs the ball in from 53 yards out. Mike Cofer hits the extra point, and the 49ers have extended their lead to 28-7. Then Emil Harry catches a 17-yard pass from Steve DeBerg. Nick Lowry hits an extra point, and the 49ers lead is 28-14. That would be your final. Let me just say something real quick about the matchup of quarterbacks, Steve DeBerg and Steve Bono. DeBerg had played for the 49ers in the past before going to Kansas City. That will become a theme amongst 49er quarterbacks throughout the 90s, as not just DeBerg, but Joe Montana, Elvis Grbac, Steve Bono, and then in the 2000s, Alex Smith would all take the same trek from San Francisco to Kansas City. So the Chiefs have a history of poaching ex-49er quarterbacks. The game was played outdoors on grass. At kickoff, the temperature was 47 degrees with 10-mile-per-hour winds. The 49ers were a 4.5-point favorite. They covered. The over-under was 37. They went over. Your leaders. Passing, Steve Bono of the 49ers, 24 of 33, 220 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was sacked 1 time for a loss of 10 yards. Your leading rusher was Barry Word of the Kansas City Chiefs, 17 carries, 115 yards, and 1 touchdown. And your leading receiver, as far as yardage goes, 7 receptions for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns for Jerry Rice. The 49ers stay alive, getting to 9-6, heading into a Week 17 matchup, while the Chiefs fall to 9-6. They, of course, are still alive. Just a little spoiler alert in case you know the 49ers missed the playoffs in 91, although they did finish 10-6. The Chiefs made the playoffs. They would win the wildcard game against Miami and then lose to Buffalo in the division. So that was 1991. The series, the 49ers now lead the series 3-2. Right. 175, 82. Yeah, 3-2. Now we jump forward to 1994. A lot has changed in the landscape of both teams heading into 1994. This is an early season matchup, September 11th, 1994, so it's week number 2, a whole week before the throwback jerseys became a thing. For the quarterback of the 49ers, a lot different. It's not Steve DeBerg. Remember I just talked about how quarterbacks were jumping ship for the 49ers to the Chiefs? Well, this one's Joe Montana. The man who had led the 49ers to 4 Super Bowl championships in the 1980s is now the signal caller for the Chiefs and has already led them to an AFC championship game. The 49ers, on the other hand, they're perennially in the NFC championship. 1988, 1989, 1992, 1993. They've been to 5 of the last 6 and looking to get back to 6 of the last 7 in 94. Behind Steve Young at quarterback. So it's Montana versus Young. It's 1 p.m. kickoff at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, in front of 79,907. It's outdoors on grass. It's 73 degrees at kickoff with 12-mile-per-hour winds. The 49ers are favored by 3, and the over-under is 46.5. Let's see how the game goes. In the first quarter, Joe Valerio catches a 1-yard pass from Joe Montana, Joe to Joe. Lynn Elliott takes 7-0 Chiefs. Then in the second quarter, Brent Jones catches a 5-yard pass from Steve Young. Doug Bryan hits the extra point, and the game is tied at 7. Mark Logan will run the ball in from 1 yard out. Bryan will hit the extra point. The 49ers lead 14-7. Then a safety as Derek Thomas, the great legendary Derek Thomas, sacks Steve Young in the end zone to cut the 49er lead to 14-9 at the half. In the third quarter, Keith Cash carries the ball into the end zone off an 8-yard pass from Joe Montana. Then J.J. Burden catches the 2-point conversion from Joe Montana, and the Chiefs lead 17-14. Marcus Allen then runs it in from 4 yards out. Lynn Elliott hits the extra point to give the Chiefs a 10-point lead after 3, 24-14. In the fourth quarter, Doug Bryan connects on a 19-yard field goal, and the Chiefs win the game 24-17. The Chiefs now even the all-time series against the 49ers at 3. They went under 46.5, and of course the 49ers did not cover. Let's take a look at the leaders after this game. Your passing leader was Steve Young of the 49ers, 24 of 34, 288 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He was sacked 4 times for a loss of 17 yards. His rating was 81.5. Your leading rusher was Marcus Allen of the Chiefs, 20 carries, 69 yards, and 1 touchdown, along with 12. And your leading receiver as far as yardage goes, Jerry Rice of the 49ers, 5 receptions. He was targeted 6 times, 78 yards with a long of 21. However, the most receptions went to both Ricky Waters and Ricky Waters and Brent Jones with 6 each. On the defensive side of things, Richard Dent had 1 sack for the 49ers, while Derek Thomas had 3 for the Chiefs, including that safety, and Mark Collins had 1 as well. And interceptions, Charles Mincy of the Chiefs, 1 interception for 31 yards, and William White, 1 interception, no return. So that's that. The series is tied at 3 after 1994. Looking ahead to tomorrow, I'll be talking about 1997 and 2000. A lot of changes going on again in the 2 franchises by that point. Oh, I forgot to mention in both games, the head coach of the 49ers was George Seifert. For the Chiefs, Marty Schottenheimer was the coach in both as well. So once again, thanks for joining us today on this Vinny's Take. We got the Pro Bowls today. Did anybody watch it? I didn't. Apparently, it was a high-scoring affair, but to me, the Pro Bowl is just an exhibition game that doesn't mean anything. They don't tackle, they don't cover, they don't block. Can't block anything on extra points field goals anyway, so why bother? I think they ought to take the skills challenges in all NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL, make the skills challenges a part of the actual game and just forget the game or actually do 2-hand touch. Take the pads off, just do 2-hand touch. But it was nice to hear that Drew Brees played today. There's a lot of guys, once they get up there in age, they find some reason not to play. So it was nice seeing Brees. But anyway, thanks for joining us until tomorrow. God bless America, and Let's get ready for some football.